A very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu editorial analysis for proficiency in English. I have a sore throat. I may sound a little different. I may have to clear my voice quite often. Please bear with that. Otherwise, things should go as usual. Let us start with the first snippet. Kathua encounter. When police try to confront criminals or someone who has committed a crime, and head-on collision, and sometimes they kill also, then we use the word encounter. I'm sure many of you know the word encounter. Kathua encounter, 3 policemen killed in gunfight. Unfortunately, what happened? In that encounter means head-on collision, confrontation between the criminals, the terrorists, and the police. 3 policemen got killed in gunfight. Otherwise, nothing to learn from this snippet. Let us go to the second one, group chat row. A row means a dispute. Already we have got many a time. A row means what? Argument, dispute. And here, group chat row. What does it mean? I have already read a few times the US something confidential or classified information entered a particular chat group where there is a journalist. It is regarding that, a spat, conflict, all these you should recollect. Group chat row, no classified info shared on Signal, White House. Here you can see that Signal logo. And US government says nothing confidential, nothing, excuse me, nothing classified shared in the group. No classified info shared on Signal, White House, group chat row, group chat row. And here there is one word, info. Many of you may think info is a short form of information, but do remember, info is also a word. Information, we all use the full form, information. But there's another word, info. Both mean the same. It's a separate word altogether, not the short form of information. It is also a word. Coming to the next snippet, soaring price. Fuel cost makes up 45% of airfare, says minister. Soaring, we have got many a time. What are you supposed to recollect immediately? SOAR, soar, fly high. Eagles soar in the sky. And it goes with prices also. Here, soaring price. Then you have to recollect, I have a sore throat, I said. Means a painful. Sore throat, sore eyes. And sour, SOUR, how do you pronounce that? Sour. All the three you have to recollect. Fuel cost makes up 45% of airfare. Fare also an important word. Eagles soar in the sky. Vishnu, yes. What is this fare? FARE, fare, the cost you have to bear when you travel from one place to another place. But FAIR, fare, you have to, very good, Murli, you have to recollect. Fair complexion, dark complexion. And many Indians, this complexion we use wheatish or brownish. We should not use white and black when it comes to complexion. And also a village fair. Every week on a particular day, village people, they gather, they buy and sell. That is known as a village fair. Another meaning of the word fair, fairly, fair treatment, means proper treatment, just treatment. All these you have to recollect. But 45% fuel cost, definitely something to worry about. And there's another word here, cost. Many of our book fair also, very good, Nani, I appreciate that. Goes with the context. I have given the word, I told you, whenever you come across certain verbs, you got to become alert. Cost can be a verb, can be a noun. As a verb, why is it important? Broadly in English, according to one classification, we have 2 types of verbs, a regular, irregular. What is a regular verb? Takes D or ED. What is an irregular verb? Doesn't take D or ED. For example, go, went, gone, irregular verb. There we have verbs like cut, cut, cut. But Everyone knows cut and put. 6 words you have to recollect. We got yesterday also, I suppose. Cost, cast, telecast, forecast, broadcast, hurt. These are important from the exam point of view. Coming to the next one, judiciary is a defining moment. There is one important expression. Defining moment. First, moment, movement, both are different. And what is this defining moment? Means something that shows your mettle, something that shows your character. Time to prove your character, time to prove yourself, time to show your mettle. We say defining moment. And this goes with, because recently you all know a judge has been accused of bundles of notes keeping in his house, and later they found a video showing burned notes regarding that. What action the judiciary is going to take based on that? Judiciary's defining moment between a rock and hard place. Generally we use a rock and a hard place. Here we have to use indefinite article. A rock, a hard place. What do you understand? Caught between, imagine, between a rock and a hard place. Both are hard. That means caught between two difficult situations. What does it mean? Caught between two difficult situations. In English, to express the same situation, getting caught between two difficult situations or two difficult problems to deal with, we have another expression. What is that? Caught between the devil and the deep sea. Have you heard of this any time? Caught between the devil and the deep sea. Same meaning here also. Between a rock and a hard place. Solutions to key issues exist without affecting its independence. There are solutions to key issues, and they can find the solutions, and those solutions do not affect the independence of the judiciary. Solutions to key issues exist without affecting its independence. It's again, you should recollect an important rule. Effect, very good, Pravalika. You have to recollect. Naidu Paidi also. Immediately you have to recollect. Affect, a verb, regular verb. Affect, affected, affected. Effect can be a verb, can be a noun. Usually as used as a noun, but formal and written English we use effect as a verb. And when you see it's, yes, Naidu again, you have to recollect the rule. What is that? You should not use an apostrophe with possessive pronouns. And this is important when it comes to letter writing. Letter writing, a lot of people close this way. They tend to close yours truly, whatever it is. Is this right or wrong? Your apostrophe, yes, it is wrong. You cannot use an apostrophe because there's an important rule. What is that rule? Possessive pronouns do not take an apostrophe, and no exception whatsoever. But when I say this, sometimes students ask me, they say, sir, we have seen in magazines and newspapers something like this. It, apostrophe, yes. But you're telling possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe. How come? That is not a possessive pronoun. It is a short form of it is or it has. And the rule, possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe. No exception whatsoever. Do remember. Yes, so many students have responded. I appreciate all those students. Let us go to the next one. Those who watched yesterday's match last evening, Southern Derby, but I don't know why they have used the word derby over here. Two reasons why to question the word in this context. One, it goes with horse races, one meaning. Young horses, imagine there's a race, we use the word derby, it goes with horse races. Second meaning, an event or a competition where teams of a particular region, of that particular region compete. Imagine the southern region, teams of that particular region compete. Then we use the word derby. But yesterday's match, one team belongs to the south, another belongs to the north. Then we cannot say southern derby. Then what you have to understand, derby also means an event an event where some teams compete. Otherwise, not the right word. You should also recollect the word debris. That is different. Derby is different. Derby, debris, both are entirely different. Bonu, yes. Shardul and Puran mastermind LSG's win. And those who watched the match, Puran played a vital role. I think 60 plus. And if you take that 60, 6 sixes, 6 fours, there itself you get 60. No singles, no doubles or whatever it is. Only fours and sixes. Hard hitter. Let us go to the main headline. What is the main headline today's paper? Opposition slams center for not responding to US tariffs. You all know today Donald Trump, ever since he became the president of the US, has been in the limelight, not for good reasons. A few good reasons are there, but many wrong reasons, bad reasons. Good or bad, rather right or wrong. And one of the reasons why is he in the limelight? Because of the tariffs. And based on that, opposition slams. We have got so many times, I don't have to tell you guys. One is criticized harshly, the other one closing something using a lot of force, slam the door, and slam criticized harshly. Center for not responding to US tariffs. Donald Trump, the US has imposed the tariffs, and India has not responded. Opposition has questioned, has criticized the center not responding to the US tariffs. It is about that. An important one. What is important here? Opposition questioning the center is not important, but tariffs imposed by the US government important. You may get as a passage because it goes with economy. What impact it is going to make? That way it is important. What is the other headline we have here? Trump imposes 25% tariff on imported cars. Affected allies threaten retaliation. Perhaps this goes with Europe, and based on that, allies, the friends of the US, allies, you all know the word. Usually it goes with war. At the time of the war, some countries join hands, then we say allies. But here, European countries perhaps, Trump imposes 25% tariff on imported cars. Affected allies means those countries which got affected, they threaten retaliation. What is the meaning of the word retaliate? Someone troubles you, you trouble them. And then it is nothing but retaliation. Very good. Who is this? Deepthi Mahendra's. She has come up with threaten, immediately jeopardize. Threaten, you have to think of two words. One is endangered, that goes with flora and fauna, species, and jeopardize. Both mean the same, but both the words are important. Endangered species, jeopardy, a threatening situation. Very good, I appreciate that. Let us go to the other snippets and headlines. What do we have? Here we have a snippet. Opposition airs grievances to Lok Sabha Speaker. Two words are here. Airs means presents. In this context, what does it mean? Present, presents. And grievances, what does it mean? A perceived or real cause of concern and because of unfair treatment. It is like complaining about some unfair treatment, and that could be real or imagined. We use the word grievances, complaint, simple word. And when it comes to workplace, quite often we use this word, grievances of the employees. And there is a separate department that is known as grievances cell. I don't know how many of you know. An important word. Both the words are important. Air has many meanings. You all know that. And as usual, we have a nice pic over here. Furball's progress. You can see a leopard, a cheetah. Leopard or cheetah? I think cheetah. Cub. Cheetah cub. And you can see that pic. Based on that, Furball's progress means doing well. But what is the actual news item over here? A 2-month-old cub. What is the meaning of CUB cub? Cub means the young one of usually a big cat. What are the big cats? Tigers, Adorable you can use, very good, Vishnu. Adorable, cute, tigers, leopards, lions, puma, all these come under big cats. The young ones we use the word cub. One of the twins born to mother cheetah, Veera, at the Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Mother's name, Veera, and here the cub's name, Parbal, I suppose. Yes? Okay. Doing well. It's about that. And as a casual learner, you have a look at this, and usually big cats are predators. Exactly. You can have a casual look, oh, nice pick, and you can move on. But as a smart learner preparing for competitive exams, the moment you see something like this and you read what is a news item, it is about Kuno National Park and also cheetah. Then you have to think of all the words related to wildlife, flora and fauna. Flora means what? Plants of a region. Fauna, animals of a region. Endangered, extinct, threatened, poaching, preservation, conservation, all these contraband, confiscate, all the words you have to recollect. Deforestation, loss of habitat. Then when you recollect, it is like you're using your time effectively. You are a smart learner. Casual listening, casual learning will never help, do remember, in the long run. Intense learning, sharp learning, and focused learning, being a smart learner, those attributes, those qualities, those traits will take you to a different level altogether. And those qualities or traits will definitely fetch sooner or later the most coveted government job. Do remember. Withdraw the transfer of HC judge lawyers. I think it goes with the one who has been accused of keeping bundles of cash. Putin to visit India this year, Russian foreign minister. Simple, nothing to learn as such. Let us go to the next. Anything else? Okay, we have here Macron proposes European army to patrol Ukraine. There's one important word here. Patrol, patrol. Spelling is different, and you got to be a little careful. So, what does it mean to go around checking everything is okay? Police patrolling, that is different. Patrol, that is different. He has a proposal. What is it? European army to patrol Ukraine. Next one. RLD chief slams UP police's diktat on namaz. An important word is here. No doubt, today we have got, second time getting the word slam. But what is the important word here? Diktat. Have you heard of this any time? UP police's diktat on namaz. Have you heard of the word diktat? An important word. What does it mean? Order. An order, a decree, DECREE. A decree or an order. We also use the word diktat. An important word they have given many a time. Could be Indian origin. The word sounds Indian. That's all about the front page, today's front page. I'm sorry. Let us go to today's editorial. As I'm not well, I could not design, but today's editorial, an important one. Please watch this, and there are so many words you can learn. That way, it is important. It is about safety of women, important, because today, if you take safe women as such, a topic, so many dimensions are there. Very important. You may get prelims as a passage, mains as a passage, GD as a topic, descriptive English, essay, letter, anything. Very important. And it goes with safety of women. So many words are there, important otherwise also. Women unbound. Bound means limited, unbound, not limited. But you cannot make out. What is the main idea? Public spaces must always be safe for everyone. This is based on a recent incident you should always go from basics to advanced, obviously. Do remember, you should always learn what is systematic learning, what is systematic teaching. I believe in systematic teaching. What does it mean? Easy to difficult, simple to complicated, and interesting to not so interesting. This is what precisely we call systematic. You should always start with the basics. Slowly you have to move on to advanced stuff, obviously. Public spaces. It talks about public places must always be safe, must. For everyone, not only for men, for women also. Yes, descriptive writing they have given many a time. Once SBI. SBI many a time they have given women related topics. Once they gave essay writing, women are being exploited physically, culturally, financially. Substantiate the statement and suggest three remedies. They gave in SBI, very important. Any dimension that goes with women, important. Do remember. And here, public places, public spaces, safety, whether they are safe or not. And to provide the backdrop information, recently, a girl was traveling by train and there was an attempt of rape. To escape that rape attempt, she had to jump off the train and she got severely injured. I think her jaw, her teeth, major problem. That is one incident. Another train incident where a pregnant woman was, someone tried to attempt rape a pregnant woman and she had to jump off the train and there was miscarriage. Those two incidents stimulus based on that this editorial. Whether women safe or not in public spaces. Public spaces must always be safe. Public space should be safe, whether for men or women. Always be safe for everyone. How does it start? What is the backdrop information? Despite stringent laws, today's editorial, I said, very important for two reasons. One reason, related to women. Second reason, lot of words are there, important words. And stringent means what? Very strict. Opposite, lenient. Stringent, opposite, lenient. Despite, immediately you have to recollect the rule. What is that rule? In banks and SSC, they have given many a time because it goes with common errors. A lot of people say, in spite of, they write as two words. You should write as three separate words. In spite of. Using the same logic, they say despite of. After despite, we should not use of. That also you have to recollect at the outset. Despite stringent laws, women remain far from feeling safe in most public spaces. We do have laws, we do have stringent laws, but in spite of those laws, many women don't feel very safe in public spaces. Women remain far from feeling safe. They don't feel safe in most public spaces. To substantiate this statement, writer has to give us some examples to justify the statement. Now, a spate of incidents, spate, another important word. What is the meaning of spate? Series of, in this context. A spate of incidents means series of incidents in just the first 3 months of 2025 highlights how vulnerable women are, especially in public transport. Vulnerable, another important word, means what? You are in a weak situation, in a situation where someone can exploit you, someone can take advantage of your weak situation, then we use the word vulnerable. It talks about a spate of incidents, series of incidents in just the first 3 months, Jan, Feb, March of 2025, highlights how vulnerable women are, especially in public transport. Again, to justify this statement, a recent incident in Hyderabad. What is it? A 23-year-old woman sustained severe injuries. Here, sustain has many meanings. One meaning, maintain. Another meaning, sustainable goals, using resources wisely. But in this context, sustained means experienced. What does it mean? Experienced. A 23-year-old woman sustained severe injuries. That's what I said. Severe injuries. Why? After jumping off a train to escape an assaulter. She had to jump off a train to escape an assaulter. There's another important word here. Assault. Assault means physically attack. There are two words you have to think of. Assassination, assault. Assassination means killing a person, not a common man, an important person like the president of a country, the prime minister of a country. Someone kills, assassination. Assault, physically attacking someone. Here, she had to jump off a train to escape an assaulter. In another shocking case, a pregnant woman who was allegedly pushed out of a train following an attempted rape suffered a miscarriage. This is what I was talking about. Recent incident, Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated in 1991. One incident, recent one, train incident, a woman of 23 years, she had to jump off the train. Another incident, shocking incident, pregnant woman, someone tried to rape her. And because of that, in another shocking case, a pregnant woman who was allegedly pushed out of a train. Perhaps they tried to rape her and she must have resisted. Then they pushed her from the train, pushed out of a train following an attempted rape, and she suffered a miscarriage. Obviously, inevitable rather. Another important word here, harassing. We have got this many a time. Tell me, what is the meaning of harass? Harass means what? Trouble someone repeatedly. I should not be saying this, but a common combination. People feel that way. Police harassment. Have you heard of that? When police question someone repeatedly, imagine police question an innocent person repeatedly, corner that person. Then we say police harassment, workplace harassment, managers harassment. Could be any combination, do remember. And these are all general statements. Harassment is a regular ordeal. Ordeal, another important word. Today's editorial, as I said, I would like to reiterate. Related to women, no doubt it is important, beyond any doubt. No second thoughts about that. Any topic related to women, you have to treat with utmost care. You have to learn all about that particular dimension. Second, so many words are there. Ordeal means what? Pain. Experience a severe pain, torture. Then we use a word. You should also recollect who is this Deepthi. Harass, pester, bother, annoy. But we use based on the context. Imagine a child goes to a mother repeatedly. That is nothing but annoying the mother, irritating the mother. Then we say, don't bother your mother, don't pester your mother. That's a different context altogether. Coming to this, what does it say? Harassment is a regular ordeal, pain, something that they can't bear. For women in unreserved train compartments and on government buses. Two places, and there's one word you have to recollect. I don't know how many of you know. Have you heard of the word molestation? Please respond. Have you heard of the word molestation? Usually molestation happens or takes place in buses. Molestation means physically touching a woman. That is known as molestation. It happens buses especially, not trains. Trains also, crowded trains, local trains, metros, possibility is there. But it has been going on for quite some time. Big cities, molestation is a major problem. They have to experience that. Buses. So it talks about harassment is a regular ordeal for women in unreserved train compartments and on government buses. On government buses. Who is accountable for this grim reality? Another important word. Who is accountable means what? Who is responsible? Yes, college bus, I doubt. Local buses, yes. Metros, yes. College buses, I don't think so. I'm not quite sure, but chances are bleak. Coming to accountable means what? Answerable. Who is answerable for this grim situation? Sad situation. Unfortunate situation. Grim means sad. Something depressing. Grim reality, when society claims to champion women's empowerment. Today, Indian society, so many societies, they try to champion. Champion means what? They try to fight for, they try to work towards empowerment of women. That's an important concept. You all know women empowerment. When we talk about women's empowerment, how come these things They are rather contradictory, ironical, paradoxical. Who is responsible for this? Another word, very important word, I don't think many of you know this word. Please respond. Have you heard of the combination, the word seminal work? Say yes or no. An important word. Seminal work means in a particular field, someone does great work. Could be a book, could be an article, could be some research. Great work in a particular field, especially literature related to societal problems. Then we say seminal work. Seminal work means great work. What is that great work? Why loiter? Another important word. Have you heard of this word, loiter? Loiter means, imagine there's a corridor. Some people walk there without any aim, without any purpose. Either they wait there or they walk there. Then we say, why are you loitering here? Why are you loitering here? Oh, never heard of that. Seminal work. Remember, important. And loiter means either waiting for someone without any purpose, waiting without any purpose, walking slowly without any purpose. Then we say loitering. Why are you loitering here? Why loiter? And this is the title of the book, I suppose, because italics. Then, as a smart learner, you have to recollect one important rule. What is that? Titles of books. No, veteran is entirely different, Nani. Veteran goes with a person with experience in a particular field. We say he's a veteran. Work, seminal goes with the work and the sort of work one does in a particular field. Then we say seminal work. It doesn't go with persons. And coming to this title of a book, an important rule. What is that rule? Imagine there's a title of a book in the plural form. Whether the title of a book is in singular form or plural form, we should use a singular verb. Many competitive exams have given Arabian Nights are very popular among children. Wrong. Arabian Nights title of a book, then we should use singular verb. What is the correct sentence? Arabian Nights is very popular among children. Do remember an important thing. Why loiter? Shilpa Patke, Samira Khan and Shilpa Ranade argue that when society says it wants to protect women, it does not strive to make public spaces safer. On the one hand, society says it wants to protect women, it wants to liberate women, it wants to work towards women empowerment. But on the other hand, it does not strive. You have got this many a time. Strive means what? Work very hard towards a goal. You guys have been striving to achieve your goal. Means what? Work very hard. It does not, society does not strive to make public places safer. When you say when you want to champion women's empowerment, first thing you should make public spaces for women safe. But this is like a contradictory, a paradoxical, ironical situation. On the one hand, society says we want to work towards women's empowerment. On the other hand, they don't focus on the safety of women in public spaces. Instead, it seeks to confine women to homes, schools, or the care of others. It has to make public spaces safe. Instead of that, what is the society doing? It seeks to confine. Confine, another important word, means restrict. It seeks to restrict women to homes, schools, or the care of others. That means they are not independent. Even today, women must constantly consider the time of day they travel, wary of venturing out after dark or before sunrise. See, another important word. Today also, we are in the 21st century. We talk so much about empowerment of women. But today also a woman, if she has to venture out, means if she has to go out, she has to keep in mind the time of the day. That is very important. Yes, it happens natural. Safety is important, utmost importance. Time of the day, one thing, and also wary of venturing out after dark or before sunrise. There's one important word. And we have another word. What is the other word? W-A-R-Y, wary means cautious, careful. But W-E-A-R-Y means tired, exhausted. Here, be cautious of venturing out after dark or before sunrise. They can't go out after dark. After dark, they can't do it. They can't venture out. He or she has to think, not he, she has to think twice before venturing out. And when you see words like dark, sunrise, you should recollect words like dawn, dusk. Dawn means what? The time before the sunrise. Dusk means the time just after the sunset. Those words you should recollect. You should also recollect the word twilight. Twilight also means the time after the sunset. Second part talks about what? A necessary starting point is affirming that women have the right to live and move freely. First part talks about the problem, and to substantiate the problem, it has provided a few examples and how women think when it comes to safety related to public spaces. Now, second part has to talk obviously about solutions. Where to start, how to go about. A necessary starting point is affirming, stating firmly that women have the right to live and move freely. Women do have the right to live and move freely. That has to be asserted, that has to be affirmed without fear. Moving is not important, moving without fear is important, irrespective of the place, time, day. Second thing, while easier said than done, certain things are very easy to say, very difficult to implement, very difficult to practice, put into practice. Based on that, while easier said than done, a recent Delhi High Court ruling has set an example. It seems Delhi High Court has set an example in its judgment. Has set, present perfect tense. What did it do actually? The court upheld the conviction of a man. See, here we have another word. The court upheld means supported, justified. Walk the talk, exactly, who is this Nani? Do what you say, implement what you, practice what you preach. Here, the court upheld the conviction. You all know, acquit to not to punish, convict to punish. Guilty are always punished. Conviction of a man who sexually harassed a woman on a public bus in 2015. On a bus, not in a bus, on a bus. And here we have publicly sexually harassed. That's what I was talking about. Sexually harassed, we use the other word. What is the other word? Molestation. Molestation, do remember. Based on that, he was convicted, calling it a deeply concerning reality that harassment in public spaces persists despite decades of independence and tough laws. That is a grim reality. What is a grim reality? After so many years of independence, with so many stringent laws, molestation and other things do happen in public spaces. That is something very unfortunate, and it's a grim reality, despite decades of independence and tough laws. The court rightly pointed out that judgments in such cases serve as a crucial signals to society. Judgments in such cases serve as crucial signals to society. Imagine someone has been convicted based on the molestation case on a particular bus. That will be something like an example. Others will, it may act as a deterrent. Very good. Who is this Naidu? When laws are very strict, we also say draconian laws. Draconian laws to some extent has a negative connotation, but an important expression you have to learn. It may act as a deterrent. Until a harassment-free environment is created, conversations about women's progress will remain hollow. Imagine you talk so much about women's liberation or women's empowerment, but these things do happen at public spaces, then it is hollow. Hollow means empty. No, not acceptable, cannot be justified. Until, when you see the word until, you have to recollect a few words like unless talks about a condition, expresses a condition. Until, till, they talk about or express time. But all the three words are negative words, do remember. Until a harassment-free environment is created, conversations about women's progress will remain hollow, empty. They don't mean anything. Equally significant, equally important is the Supreme Court of India's decision to stay an Allahabad High Court order that had outrageously ruled inappropriate touching of a minor did not amount to attempted rape. This is another controversial thing. It has come into the limelight recently. Allahabad court gave a judgment, gave a ruling. In that ruling, it says touching a minor girl inappropriately is not like raping that girl. It does not amount to raping. But that particular judgment has been stayed by the Supreme Court. That is also important, equally significant is the Supreme Court of India's decision to stay an Allahabad High Court order that had outrageously, means blatantly, not at all acceptable, outrageously ruled inappropriate touching of a minor did not amount to attempted rape. That is something not acceptable according to the Supreme Court. The top court's response sends a clear and much needed message. Such totally insensitive and inhuman interpretations of the law are unacceptable. It went against Allahabad High Court judgment and sent a message. What is that message? Those things are inhuman, obviously, and interpreting those things differently not acceptable. The top court's response sends a clear and much needed message. What is it? Such totally insensitive and inhuman interpretations of the law are not acceptable, unacceptable. The responsibility does not lie with the judiciary alone. The judiciary, I told many a time, government bodies we have to use a definite article, the judiciary, the legislature, the executive. And it is not the responsibility of the judiciary alone. Society also has a role to play. Administration also has a role to play. Administrative bodies must ensure that streets are well lit, obviously. Judiciary plays a vital role. Administration also plays a vital role. And how can administration come into picture? Administrative bodies must ensure that streets are well lit, police are trained to handle cases of harassment effectively, and all vacancies in law enforcement are promptly filled. Tomorrow, if they ask essay writing, a question related to molestation or safety of women, public places, public spaces, and what are the remedies? 3 remedies. Fourth one, it goes with the judiciary, but administrative bodies. 1, streets are well lit, they should make sure. Second, police are trained to handle cases of harassment effectively. And third one, all vacancies in law enforcement are promptly filled. Promptly means what? Immediately filled. Immediately filled. How does the editorial end? Without a coordinated, all-encompassing, an important expression. All-encompassing means what? Taking a holistic approach. Holistic, comprehensive, and exhaustive approach. Coordinated, all-encompassing approach to safety. Women will continue to live in fear, denied their rightful access to public life. What is required? 2 things are required. One is coordinated efforts. That is important. Different departments have to coordinate. They have to work in tandem. Remember, we got work in tandem, means together. And all-encompassing approach is required to safety. Women will continue to live in fear. If it is not done, what is the impact? Women will continue to live in fear, denied their rightful access to public life, which is not good for the society, not good for the individual, not good for women. It ends on that note. A very important editorial, so many words to learn, and something related to women, definitely important from the exam point of view, otherwise also. Thanks for being with me till the fag end of the session. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.